This roadshow is brought
Extend a very warm welcome to each one of you on behalf of Power Grid Corporation of India Limited on the occasion of its analyst meet. Power Grid Corporation of India, a Navratna, the central transmission utility of the country, is engaged in power transmission business with the responsibility for planning, coordination, supervision, and control over interstate transmission system and operation of national and regional power grids. Power Grid is a listed company with 57.90% holding of the Government of India and 42.10% is held by institutional investors and public. After this small introductory briefing of the company, it is an honor to introduce the management of the company seated on the dais. First, I would like to introduce the Chairman and Managing Director of the company, Shri R.N. Nayak ji. Shri I.S. Jha, Director Projects. Shri Ravi P. Singh, Director Personnel. Shri R.P. Sasmal, Director Operations. Shri B. Mishra, Executive Director, CP and IT. Now I would like to request our CMD, Mr. Nayak, to kindly address the gathering.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, all of you who have come over here. And we have made it a practice that every quarterly result, we come over here, apprise you, take your feedback. And we don't meet very often, but we meet at least every 3 months. And we try to clarify whatever doubt you had, whatever apprehension you have, and that's why here today. We started our company on 23rd October 89. We have just completed 25 years. So we thank all of you for your support, guidance for the last 25 years. And recently you must have observed there was natural calamities at J&K and Andhra Pradesh, and Power Grid was available for the state of Andhra Pradesh and state of J&K for installation. And with our help and assistance, the power supply to the essential areas were brought in at the earliest. Third thing, recently that Platt, they have ranked Power Grid as the fastest growing electric utility in the world, 8th in the energy sector in Asia, and worldwide energy sector 27th. In electric utility, number 1. In energy utilities in Asia is 8th, and in the world is 27th. And they have rated based on the CAGR for the last 3 years. This is a long journey, but it is a very fast journey. Fast, I mean the 25 years. Most of us have spent 25 years with Power Grid, but it is so fast that very difficult to comprehend that 25 years passed, still we are there and things are happening. We started in 89, but actually the registration was to 89, but actually operation started in 92-93. Amalgamation of transmission divisions from various utilities like NTPC, NSPC, TERI, NLC, NIFCO, and then RLDCs from CEA. This amalgamation took almost, you can say, 4 to 5 years. It started in 91 and it continued up to 96. In 97, the first 1,000 crore turnover took place. When we started, the turnover was 635 crores. To increase 370 crores, we took almost 5 years. Then we kept on moving. We also helped to set up the Power Trading Corporation, the first trading company in the country. In 98, it was declared Central Transmission Utility, then Mini Ratna, Category 1. Development took place. Then in 2000, we diversified into telecom. Last 14 years, we are doing commercial operation of telecom venture started from 2001, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister. Load dispatch centers are modernized, Northern region and Southern region. Northern regions were inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The first integration of National Grid second National Grid integration other than ER, he started with Raipur, Rourkela, WR. First JV company Tala for bringing power from Bhutan to India. Then market started opening up from 2000 after the Electricity Act enactment 2003. The open access started from 2004. Our turnover crossed 5,000 crores in 2008. If you see that 350 crores 5 years, then 4,000 crores addition 5 times in 10 to 11 years, and today it is 15,700 last year. So again 3 times in 4 years. So you see the growth of this company in the last 25 years is phenomenal. And a lot of new technologies introduced, 800 kV HVDC, 1200 kV UHV. Then Southern Grid was synchronized on 31st December 2013. One grid was created. 1200 kV proto was developed. JV in foreign countries were formed with Nepal. So a lot of work. Bangladesh last year it was synchronized, it was commissioned, that HVDC. New technologies introduced, and 2014 it has been rated as the fastest growing electric utility in the world. If you see how we have grown, and this is the growth profile. If you see from 2003, then from 2000, you see the kinks where the slope has been changed. Slope has been changed from 2003, and from 2011 the slope was further steepness. Today we are 14 times what we have there in the initial formative years, and 4.7 times as far as circuit kilometers is concerned what we started. So it is a substantial growth in the last 25 years. Similarly, the gross assets have been increased 27 times. In fact, it is 22 years, though it was started in 89, but actually started operational from 90 to 93. So in 22 years, 25 times gross fixed assets. If you add the work in progress, so it is 50 times. So today, if you add up the work in progress, which is about 54 to 55,000 plus 106,000 crores is the gross block. It is 161,000 crores, but when we started it was 3,500 crores. So in 25 years, we have gone to 45 to 50 times. Similarly, if you see the profit has gone 19 times, income has been increased 25 times in 22 years. And today we are the 5th largest market cap in the CPSUs other than ONGC, CIL, NTPC, IOC. We are the 5th. And the 5th largest CPU as per the 2013, maybe today it might be around second or third as far as the asset goes. And in the power sector, we may be number one by March 2015, that largest asset as far as any power sector utility is concerned in the country. Dividend also, you see what we are earlier, 270 times has increased. In the consultancy or telecom areas, when we started in 2000, 2004, how the stiffness has come in the subsequent year. The latter part of the year, you can have a look at it. In the grid, in the short-term open access, you see 77 times inter-regional capacity has been increased, and 44 times transaction has been increased, energy has been increased substantially, 5 times. Everything is multiple in numbers in the last few years. The employee efficiency, also you see that we have increased only about 1.4 times the employees. When you started, you were about 6,500 numbers. We are 9,200 numbers today. So it is only around 40% increase and around 50 times growth. Next. And if you sum it up, the inter-regional capacity has been increased 77 times, income 25 times, gross assets 27 times, profit 19 times, MVA capacity about 14 times, circuit kilometer around 4.6 times, manpower 1.4 times. Means every area the company has done exceedingly well, and we are confident that we will be continue to do better time to come. This is what all of you know. I don't want to, only I have to say that this is one of the largest, second largest other than State Grid China. We have the transmission line about 112,000 circuit kilometers, around 917 to 918 elements, large capacity of transformation capacity, and availability is quite high, 99.9. Credit rating would continue to maintain AAA rate, plus in international credit rating BBB minus stable. And this is the final. Anything less than 2600 is a good situation. And lot many people had an apprehension that project execution is slow. See what we have done. Last year, 6,500 half yearly. This year, 9,600. I mean, 47% more than last year. And till today, 13,200. Means in the last 40 days, 3,600 crores of assets has been commissioned. And I am confident that by this month end, you will get around 15,000. And Thiruvallam to Kurnool, which is all due, is around 1,200 crores. It must be coming any time in the next 4-5 days. So, thing is that the commissioning is a very rapid place. If this is the thing which all of you are not happy, then I don't know. So, what you expect, all of you expect to do it. If anybody can do better, I don't know. And for your information, we build around 10,000 to 12,000 kilometers a year. If you add up in the whole world, it comes to the same number. The India builds the number of kilometers of transmission lines is equivalent to the whole world, other than China. Out of 178 or 180 countries, you just add up, remove one country, then you will find India and the rest of the world is same. So this is the quantum of work which is being done. And what we have done, the capex, it is a very controlled capex. We have done it 12,500. If you see capitalization to capex ratio is more than 1 today. And I am sure we will continue to get more than 1. And you see till FY13, the items were more in the stores than what we are installed. You see today, the stores is depleting. That means it is going to downward trend. And the installation is 35,000 crores. What it means, that means more and more commissioning and completion of the projects. And you need 15,000 of crores of material in your store. It is essential. At least 3-4 months material. See, if you spend 25,000 to 30,000 crores a year, the working season is in 9 months, 8 to 9 months. So per month is how much? Around 4,000, 3,000. So if 4 months material is 12 to 13,000, you need this material. But many people have a very misconception that nothing should be there in the store. We have to have material in the store so that we can commission. So 3-4 months material has to be necessarily there. But we are trying to minimize to the extent possible. If this is a trailing 4 quarter, let us say from October 12, 1 year you keep saying from October then to September 13, then January to December 13. See, capitalization to capex ratio is something like 86. Means we started with 61 2 years back, and we have reached 86%. So I am sure with time to come, it will further increase. This list is permanent. Neither we are adding nor deleting. You see the green numbers. Every time we meet, we update you. The greens means the green signal, it has been done. The black means it's yet to be done. You see so many lines have been done. 3 substations have been completed. And one big project, Biswanath Chariali Agra, we have kept it for this year. It will come in the last quarter of the year. And it is a large project and it is a quite advanced stage of construction. We are confident that we'll have it this year. Operation also is going very well. See, if you remember when HVD 765 800 kV came for the first time, that is 2006. In the last 7.5 years, you have gone up to 20% of the asset is 765. So in 6-7 years, you have increased to a higher level where right of way gets optimized, more power flow can take place. The reliability of the line has been increased. The availability is 99.9. It is almost, you can say, digital. A lot of new work is taking place, aerial patrolling, I had showed you last time. Maintenance through helicopters we are trying. Grid management is being done by our subsidiaries, excellently done well. There is a substantial increase in inter-regional energy from last year H1 FY14 and H1 FY15. There is almost 10% increase. Number of transactions has gone up. Short-term open access has gone up. Everything you will find is a very upbeat. And REC, Regional Energy Certificate, the 4,500 megawatt has been registered. So all fronts, as far as the transmission area is concerned, and you must be surprised if everything goes to Dharma, there is no setback. But there is a problem for us, it is only the right of way. Right of way is the only issue where transmission projects suffer. Otherwise, as far as we are concerned, this is an excellent thing which is happening. Consultancy front, people are very much worried that it has gone down. No, it has not gone down, it has increased from 56 to 61. If you see the number, 5 crores more. But only a Myanmar contract, which was a supply contract, which was closed last year. So that is why some 150 crores numbers is dropped, because that contract gets closed. And around 15,000 crores worth of project under execution, like Lalitpur Agra, then we have Leh Srinagar, then we have Arunachal Sikkim, NER comprehensive scheme. Lot many projects are coming. And I am confident that time to come you will get good revenue in consulting services. Similarly, in the international area also, a lot of countries we have entered, around 18 countries. You can say around 10% number of countries in the world we have already gone. Now we target another 2 countries in the coming days. So slowly we will continue to enter into new areas. And Ethiopia, you know that we have completed more than 1 year in Ethiopia. And the people are happy over there. The Deputy Prime Minister is coming here on 19th. And we'll request him to, it is a 2 years contract. It will be completed in another year's time. Because our job is quite satisfactory, and I hope that they will increase. Bangladesh, Another module has come, 500 megawatt. 500 megawatt is in operation. Another module has come. That contract also has been given it to us in engineering and supervision. So a lot of work is coming up. Telecom side, the most, all other things are going on. NOF1, around 3,800 Gram Panchayat execution has commenced in Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana, and we target about 13,000 Gram Panchayat. We will complete by March, April this year. New initiative updates. Energy efficiency is taking a good step in the country, and we are one of the pioneers in doing energy audit in process industry. We are doing for steel plants, oil plants, refineries. Then we are doing for cement plants, process industries. And work is in full swing, and we have prepared a report also, what is the business potential in energy efficiency. It is something like 10 to 12 lakhs crores will come in the next few years. So it is a big area which is opening up. And we are also a partner to offshore wind. You must have heard about wind onshore, which is placed on the land. Now the first time a offshore wind near Kutch is being developed. And we are a joint venture with NTPC, SECI, then IREDA, PFC and others, 4 or 5 companies. We are forming a special purpose vehicle. Our role is towards the evacuation of the energy generated through offshore. And we have around barren land. Barren means we can't do much in that, around 600 acres of land, where we want to set up a solar plant over there. Because we can't generate, so we are giving to developers who can generate and give us some money. And that tender is coming very soon, expression of interest. And about 100 megawatt of solar can be come in those lands which cannot be used other than such kind of operations. Joint venture of Bihar, which Bihar Grid Company, for the last 2 years we have been talking. Now investment of 1,600 have been approved by the board of that company. The work, physical work has started for 1,600 crores. Another 1,300 crores in the pipeline. In the next 1 or 2 months, that also will start. So around 3,000 crores work will start in the very soon. 1,600 started, 1,300 in the next few months. We have also now, our board has agreed to set up a tower factory in Visakhapatnam, along with Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, those who produce steel, with a 50-50 joint venture, about 300 crores. 300 to 330 crores investment, very small one, and the work will commence soon. The investment capital outlay, we stand what we have said you in the beginning of the 12th plan, 110,000 crores. 22,450 crores this year also we are committed. 12,500 has been already spent. Another 10,000 we will spend in the coming 4.5 months. And the numbers for future also in the similar order. Debt and equity, you must have seen that 70-30 we are continuing, and many people every time have apprehension, dilution. So please remove such thinking in your mind that we have committed that we will not dilute, because this fund, we have reached a stage where we have a very plateau kind of capex, no more increase like 6,000 from previous year, work in progress, stagnant, and a lot of money we collected in the last FEO, so still 2,000 crores is left, so we'll utilize it, and there will be enough money to put the resources. And all projects like high capacity corridors, green energy corridors have commenced, you must have seen in the newspapers, NITs for the tenders. The work has commenced. The tenders have been floated. In the next 1 or 2 months, the physical progress will take place. And our FII's share is in the around 26.86, around 27%. And recently we are seeing in one of the articles it says around 10 companies they have shortlisted, and Power Grid is one of them, and the darling of FIIs. It is good. Thank you for your support. That is the only CPSUs there in that list, other than the private companies. FPO funds, this every time we update you that 5,321 crores we collected, 3,321 crores we have utilized, and we are left with 2,000 crores. I am sure that by end of this year, mostly it will be utilized. So Make in India, and we want that all our equipment should be manufactured in the country. That is whether all new technologies like SBC, STATCOM, we are asking every bidder to manufacture at least one set of equipment in India. So that means that they have to set up their factories here or a tie-up with an Indian factory where technology can be transferred. So this is become a mandatory. Similarly, 765 transformer reactor, I am happy to inform that it is fully sufficient now. We need not go abroad to get 765 equipment. GIS, gas insulated switchgear, now we have made it mandatory that you have to give part of it from India so that he has to necessarily set up a factory here, and this also we have made it mandatory. Similarly, we are trying for HVDC. HVDC also 30-40% is being manufactured, even Biswanath Chariali Agra, BHEL and ABB, both are, many of the components are manufactured here, including transformers. OPGW, also we are developing indigenously, HTLS conductors indigenously. We are trying that all equipment necessarily should be manufactured in our country, and we need not outsource this equipment outside the country. In regard to the Swachh Bharat, we have taken up 9,000 toilets to build up across the country in various districts of the country, and our investment there is about 108 crores. So work has commenced. We have finalized about around 5,000 schools. These are all for schools. So 5,000 schools we have finalized, another 4,000 in the pipeline. In the next couple of days, 9,000 toilets will be built by Power Grid, in addition to other projects taken up in CSR. Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you have any queries, we will try to answer.
Now the meet is open for Q&A session.
Good evening, sir. Girish Nair here from BNP Paribas. Just one question. Could you tell us what is the regulated equity as of the end of this, and possibly also for FY14, the March 14 and for September 14?
Our net worth, 36,000 I showed you.
Right.
Part of it is engaged in the work in progress, and part
So
of
I
it
just
is.
want to know what is the equity invested in operational projects.
We'll tell you. We'll find it and tell you.
Thanks. That's my question.
So everything is happy situation. But from the reports, it doesn't look like.
Sir, lots of power generation capacity is.
Where are you?
I'm here.
Yeah.
It is objecting, so I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Lots of power projects, particularly private sector as well as the public sector, are suffering from some coal and environment clearance. So in the coming downline 2 years, are we prepared for this grid and the transmission? And if whatever we have already capex, then how when this project will start, flourish in next couple of years or 1 year, then what will be our top line will be improved drastically in this next 4 to 6 quarters?
See, I tell you, the numbers do not say so what you are saying. It is not coming down. In fact, it is improving, but it may not be improving at a pace what we want. But you are saying that because of coal the generation is coming down. It is not so. It is not increasing like everybody look for a very high growth around 8, 9, 10%. But there is a growth that is around 5 to 6% growth is there, but that may not be sufficient for the country like ours. But it is not that it is decreasing, number one. Then number two, transmission is always has to be ahead of generation. It can't follow. So we need car fast or road fast. Only only somebody purchases car, then I will build the road, or a road has to build fast, then somebody will buy a car. So transmission line has to be built fast, and the generation will follow. This is similar to any infrastructure project, whether it is road or with the airways or it is with waterways. That has to be created first so that the user will start coming. Number three, what is the tariff component in transmission? Let's say I buy power at 4.5 rupees. So how much? It is 5%, around 22 paisa. How much benefit country is getting today? If you recall that in 4 or 5 years, I have not shown the slide here, it was 8 to 9 rupees. What is the today market price? Spot price. It is 3 rupees. So by spending 20 paisa, you get a benefit of 3 rupees, 2 rupees. See, the benefit of transmission is so much it brings. Why the market has become very vibrant? Because of it is only because of availability of transmission system. So all of us has to appreciate that we have to build more and more transmission. Think about renewable energy. If you do not have transmission system interconnection, the renewable energy because it's variable. Now it is there, after 50 minutes may not be there. So we need power from some other place. So transmission has to be an enabler for the development of power sector and as well as for the GDP. So all of us, my request, take it out from your mind that generation coal coming, not coming, please build transmission lines. Forget about everything. It is so cheap, 20 paisa. Even if 1 megawatt is available, it is still cheap. And for your information, 1 unit of electricity gives you 20 times benefit to the society. 20 times. So if you are buying at 4 rupees at electricity, it does 80 rupees for the society. Because somebody is doing some knitting, somebody is doing some factory, somebody. So social benefit is around 15 to 20 times than what you spend. So that is why now onwards my request is, and not only you have to spread across the country, that transmission has to be ahead. One doesn't have to think, no linkage generation. Comes, doesn't come, gets stopped, come. It has to be a plug-in and play type. It is there, you just come and get connected.
Yeah. Hi sir, this is Amit from MK. Firstly, congratulations on the excellent 25 years.
For the
My first question is, sir, there is an item in the segmental results of unallocated expenses net of other income.
but not audible.
Unallocated expenses net of other income. There's an item in the segmental results, unallocated expenses net of other income, which is 98 crores in this quarter, 92 crores in last quarter, and it is almost double of what was the previous run rate. Was about 50 to 55 crores. So what is it that is causing this increase?
Gulati, could you explain that? Take the mic.
That is interest expenditure less other income. Basically,
Yeah, that's correct, sir. But what is causing the interest is a different item altogether. What I'm talking about is expenditure, just below the interest item.
इसको अलग से बैठ के after the session.
All,
Please.
all right, sir. Second question is the status on the southern line ramp up. How quickly and how fast, and what kind of ramp up will happen going ahead?
No, I couldn't follow.
Southern line ramp up, sir.
Southern
Line connectivity, Raichur, Solapur.
See, southern region connectivity today, we are allowing up to 1100 megawatt power flow. See, both the links have come, which we are building on 31st December, other one in June. Both links in operation, both are in good condition. There is no problem. We are initially allowing 1100 megawatt to flow to southern region. Out of 1100, as per the CRC regulation, 750 is kept as the reliability margin. 350 is going in the regular scheduled. So by March 15, it will be 2000.
Okay, and beyond that, sir?
Pardon?
Beyond that? Beyond March 15?
The grid is a continuous process. Every 3-4 months, 6 months, you will find 1000 megawatt, 1500 megawatt. We are targeting around 1700 megawatt connection in the next 3-4 years. 17,000. So don't worry. You will get robust transmission system in the country.
All right. Sir, you had mentioned in the presentation that the adjusted profit has grown by 17%. Is it possible to broadly get the calculation? How did you calculate that?
It's a simple calculation. See, you have 1239, you remove 209. Then compare with 1200.
209 is, sir, pre-tax. You need to remove the tax part of it.
So it will be marginal.
So that will be almost 5%.
No, but it came bottom line directly because, Gulati, if I am correct, it came to the bottom line directly.
It is directly it has increased the profit. Plus 100 crore STO was also there, so which is not there.
So what you are saying is 209 crores is the post-tax amount itself. Is that correct? There is no tax on that.
No, that tax is separately passed through.
Tax is separately passed.
Okay, all right, I got it, sir. Sir, apart from what you mentioned about the adjusted profit in this quarter, even then, if I look at the numbers YOY, there is about 80 crores of difference between what should have been the profit and what is the profit, as per the normal run rate which was there earlier. So, is it correct to assume that?
Mike, you are too little away. Actually, that is why not.
Sorry, sir. So, that 80 crores profit difference is there versus what was the run rate in 2Q14 last year or the last year run rate?
See, this is a fact. I don't know how you have calculated 80 crores, there's a difference. You might be assumptions, and this is the factual data.
No. What I'm saying is, sir, this 80 crores, is it correct to assume is that incentives, lower incentives in the current regulatory regime and O&M expenses?
Availability is 99.9. The incentive is available to 99.75. There is a reduction. There is, of course, a reduction of incentives. But that much of transmission charges, as per regulation, has come down. See, you have to appreciate, despite new regulation, despite 209 one time, despite short-term open access, everything has come again, still your company has gone up by 16%. That means the resilience of the company in financial terms is so good that despite regulation coming, it is not that it has only hurt others, not us. It has also hurt us. Because it might have hurt in percentage-wise. I don't think there is that hurt is there both sides, from them and to others to us in the same. But our revenue is small, 17,000. That is why you are finding the loss. The effect is less.
All right, so last question is on the debt equity. I think you had explained this, but just one more clarity on this. You said that by FY15 end, this FPO money would be utilized. So in FY16, if I do rough calculations, a profit of 6,000 crores and post-dividend cash flow.
But don't do rough now. We are doing accurately. Trust us. Don't do rough. Why do you want to do rough when we are coming every quarter and standing before you and assuring you? Why you are doing rough? Well, see, we are not running away. Every quarter, meticulous will come to you, explain you, deliver it to you. Don't do rough calculation. So when we come in January, you will find out whether we are telling truth or we are lying.
All right, sir. All the best. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, this is Sumit Kishore from JP Morgan. Sir, my first question is on Bishwanath Chiraili, which we expect to commission in the fourth quarter of the year. What portion in terms of rupees billion, how much is going to get commissioned in the fourth quarter, and in terms of featuring in capitalization?
The project cost is about 11,000 crores. So 11,000 crores is the completed cost. So maybe 8,000 crores, about 8,000 crores should be.
So almost 8,000 crores of capitalization will come from
7 to 8,000 crores should be capitalized.
From this one project. That will be the contribution in fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. And sir, on short-term open access charges, what was the contribution to profit in second half of FY14?
भैया ये सब history हो गया, second half, first half, so now it is history.
No, sir, next quarter you will tell us that.
अरे देखिए, आप देखो, next quarter में तो commissioning I have told you everything. अब फिर आप वो short term में क्या मिलेगा? जो जब चला गया, जो चीज चला गया, रोना नहीं है. So try to improve.
Sure.
There is no, see, if you keep crying, nothing will be available. Concentrate on your work rather than crying.
Sure. And my last question is on dues for capex. The dues for capex that you reported in your annual report for FY14 was about 51 billion rupees. That's been a number that has been going up for
Which one?
Dues for capex.
Dues per capex. What do you mean by
I
dues
think
per
it's
capex?
a dues to your contractors for the capex. So it's sort of, I think, capital advances.
See, capital advances is coming down for your information. See, the capital advances, these are all interest-bearing advances. So, and as far as I have seen the numbers, it is coming down with years. Because it is interest, some people are taking, some people are not taking. Once the matrix, see, if execution is going on smooth, you will find everything is smooth. You only get advances more when the materials are not coming. If the materials are coming, the advance gets adjusted.
Sure. Okay. Probably I'm saying that the dues to the contractors of Power Grid, which are payable by Power Grid to your contractors for the capex which has been incurred, was about 5,100 crores as of FY14. So that basically helps you in maintaining a higher net negative working capital. So has that number come down or has gone up in the first half of FY15?
See, we are spending with a control. We have made all suppliers very clear. We will pay you if we erect. We will not pay you if you keep it in the stores. We are across the companies. Last week also we had a CEO meet. We called all CEOs. We are not there to pay you money if you put it in the stores. That is why you must have seen the stores numbers coming down. We have made, and you can't keep it not more than 2-3 months, 4 months items. You can't keep for a year and that kind of money is not available. Be productive, we will pay you. If you are doing erection commissioning, not a single money. If you don't do it, we are not there with you.
Okay,
so people must have complained that Power Grid not paying. So ask him, have you erected? How many crores he is having in his store? Then he will not tell you again.
Thank you, sir.
सब ठीक है? हाँ बोलो भैया.
Hi sir, this is Tanuj from Ambit. So you have shared that you would increase focus on Make in India. And so you have shared in the slide that you would increase your sourcing from India and support manufacturing in India.
Yes.
So can you specify which are the products or equipment?
The presentation is there.
Yes sir. So besides these 4 categories, are there any other products, equipments?
See, all other products are being manufactured in India. These are the product, very small way money. Not that GIS not being made. It is being made like 765 kV gas insulated, not being made. So we are making it mandatory. that if you want to do business, you want to supply us, please manufacture it.
So there would be a strict pre-qualification
Yes.
in the tender to manufacture in India.
It is a mandatory, not strict. It is mandatory. His bids will be rejected if he doesn't conform to this.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, is this is Deepak Nandolia from Antique? Is this domestic manufacturing clause in GIS and SVC is mandatory from now onwards? Or
Now onwards. Now
all,
onwards.
all the contracts?
Now onwards.
I mean, there would be clause that, like for SBC and this Statcom, I don't think that many companies have domestic manufacturing in India as of now.
They will develop. What we have done, let us say SBC and Statcom, if you are buying 3, we have said 1 you do it here. Similarly, in the GIS, we will say 1 bay from India.
So they have to set up manufacturing factory at this point of time. They have to start setting up the factory.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks.
Hi sir, Nalin from Motilal. I just have one question. Can you throw some light on Green Energy Corridor program, and have you really started working on that with KFW? And what sort of what worth of projects are being likely taken up in next couple of years, and timeline for the execution?
The work on the Green Corridor has already started. Actually, the Green Corridor costing around 26,000 crores. 13,000 crores intrastate, that is being built by states like Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Rajasthan, etc. 13,000 crores is for power grid, which consists of transmission line, remote control, forecasting. And for all the, whatever the elements are there, we have already started the tendering process, etc. This has been approved. Tendering process start. Low negotiation is going on, because out of the 13,000 crore project, for 7,000 crore project, we are getting the loan from the KFW Germany. About balance, we are talking with the ADB and domestic, whatever it is. That is the way. The target is to complete it in 12th plan.
KFW tenders have come.
Yes.
Transmission line under KFW has been published. And loan negotiation and agreement is expected in December, so next month. So it is quite advanced, but initially it took little time because it is a new subject, and the government is very keen now, and there is a steering committee of Secretary Power and Secretary MNRE who have been reviewing quite closely.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
This is Manish from Barclays. So I had one question. how many competitive bid transmission projects do you expect to be awarded this year?
See, 12,500 crores. 12,500 crores tender have come, are coming. 2-3 have come, another few are coming. Hopefully that they will award by March.
Okay. So the projects that you have already won, so what's the status of these projects? And
It is going in full swing. 4 projects we have won, and work is going on.
So when can we expect commissioning of the first project? So as such?
We have to do it on schedule. If you do it early, they don't pay you.
So what's the
So
earliest?
if they have said 30 months, 36 months, on the dot they will pay us.
Okay. So what's the earliest date?
Earliest is 2016.
Okay. So the long-term basis for 2020, say, so what would be the ideal mix between your BOT projects and TBC projects and your regulated project as such?
What you want to know the return?
Yes, sir. Like in 2020, you
तो
have
फिर
a
हम पब्लिकली रिटर्न बोल देंगे तो फिर हम अब जीत ही नहीं पाएंगे अगली बार. कैसे
Okay.
जीतेंगे?
Thank you, sir.
हाँ.
So just a follow-on question of that. What could be the possible capex on this static variance and STATCOM in next 2-3 years?
Total, I think the capex is 5,500 crore. It is about 4,000 crores you can take.
In next
2 years?
2 years. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Thank all of you. Have a cup of tea, and during that also we can discuss.
I would like to thank you all for being with us on this occasion. I may request all of you to please join us for high tea. Thank you.